The United States is a nation deeply divided on the issue of gun control. This division is evident in the ongoing legal battle between the Department of Justice and the state of New York. The DOJ has filed a lawsuit challenging the constitutionality of New York's stringent gun control law. This case has significant implications for gun rights and public safety across the country. It's a big deal. At the heart of this conflict lies the fundamental interpretation of the Second Amendment. The DOJ argues that New York's law infringes upon the individual right to bear arms. New York, on the other hand, maintains that its law is a necessary measure to protect its citizens from gun violence. They're not backing down. This legal battle highlights the deep-seated ideological differences that exist within the United States. It is a stark reminder of the challenges we face in finding common ground on one of the most contentious issues of our time. Buckle up, folks, this one's going to be a bumpy ride. The Justice Department's lawsuit hinges on the argument that New York's gun control law violates the Second Amendment. They contend that the law's restrictions on concealed carry permits are overly burdensome and infringe upon the rights of law-abiding citizens. The DOJ asserts that the Second Amendment guarantees an individual's right to bear arms for self-defense. They argue that New York's law, by making it difficult for citizens to obtain permits to carry concealed weapons, effectively denies them this fundamental right. They are not mincing words. Furthermore, the DOJ argues that New York's law sets a dangerous precedent. They fear that if New York's law is allowed to stand, other states may be emboldened to enact similarly restrictive gun control measures. This, they argue, could lead to a slippery slope where the Second Amendment is slowly eroded. This case is not just about New York, it's about the future of gun rights in America, and the DOJ is coming out swinging out. New York State is not backing down from this legal challenge. They argue that their gun control law is a necessary measure to protect their citizens from the scourge of gun violence. New York's law, passed in response to a series of high-profile mass shootings, imposes stricter requirements for obtaining concealed carry permits. It also bans the carrying of firearms in certain sensitive locations, such as schools and places of worship. The state maintains that these measures are reasonable and necessary to ensure public safety. They point to studies showing that states with stricter gun control laws tend to have lower rates of gun violence. To them, it's a no-brainer. New York argues that the Second Amendment does not guarantee an unfettered right to bear arms. They emphasize that the amendment was written in the context of a time when militias were essential for national defense. They argue that the amendment's framers could not have foreseen the proliferation of firearms in modern society. This is about the safety of New Yorkers, and they're standing their ground. The legal battle between the DOJ and New York is a landmark case with far-reaching implications. The outcome of this case could have a significant impact on gun control laws across the United States. If the DOJ prevails, it could set a precedent that weakens states' ability to enact stricter gun control measures. This could have a chilling effect on efforts to address gun violence in other parts of the country. The stakes are high. On the other hand, if New York succeeds in defending its law, it could embolden other states to adopt similar measures. This could lead to a patchwork of gun control laws across the country, creating a complex and potentially confusing landscape for gun owners and law enforcement alike. This case is about more than just guns. It's about the balance of power between the federal government and the states. It's about the fundamental rights of citizens. And it's about the safety of our communities. Whatever the outcome, this case is sure to have a lasting impact on the gun control debate in America.